chat. We'll do one more for the day, and then I have to go to a doctor's appointment. But yeah, we'll do Liam, who is, hold on, let me just get this going. Now watching Liam, who is a diamond tank player, and this should be as one should be. For those of you guys who are new here, I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. So if you post a review on the queue, I always stream, hold on, let me just, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays from 1 to 4 EST. So those are the times. I will always ping you before I do a review. So, you know that at some day on some of those times I will very likely to do your review. I think I already got the ones on Thursday, fourth Thursday. So you should expect, if you're posting now and the queue is not too long, you should expect yours on Sunday. Anywho, let's get on to the actual review. That's not the code, that's the Zarya. Let me just get this. And they say, I am a mid-diamond main tank player looking to get back to Masters where I peaked recently. I believe I played relatively well creating space for my team, although I have a very aggressive player. I am a very aggressive player, so I have a high death count and was wondering how well I get the fundamentals of Reinhardt and how well my shield management is as well as my ability usage. I still have a several, even though my sub long expired. I think it's set to like 2 weeks, maybe. Yeah, I think it's set to around 2 weeks. So if it's been like less than 2 weeks, you probably still have a several, even though it's been 2 weeks. If not, then just it never updated, which is pretty funny. But yeah. All right, let's see how you play on Reinhardt. So I'm okay with this charge. You should be. That's unfortunate. Don't aim for this, because if you do this, you expose yourself to damage. Just do this, and then you can move in. A little nitpicky, but you could have saved yourself this 150 damage. So just charge here, then move. Alternatively, if your goal is to go this way, right, which is usually the goal, just go out this way. So you can just shield this right away. Rather than having to go all through the open here, you can just do this. You 5-strike and you're taking so much damage, and it looks like your goal is indeed to just go that way. But you're just kinda standing on the choke and taking a ton of damage very early on. Like, you asked me to rate your shield management, this is terrible. Like, this has been terrible. You are shielding nothing. Behind you, yes, there's a D.Va and the Soldier and the Echo are kinda coming back. But because you charged out, you are just shielding nothing. Right? Like, the time you, like, even just now, it's only now that your team is starting to come through. So even now I'm like, yeah, you should not be holding your shield yet. You should be playing here, waiting for your team, then go through and maybe this way, using your shield to rotate. But right now you are not going to be able to use your shield to rotate because it's so low and your HP is so low, right? Like, you just have to hide and your team is taking damage. And you're still using your shield less than ideally. You get trapped, which is, unfortunate. But yeah, you are just, I guess you're just trying to wait for your team to come through at this point. But your shield management has been really bad. Like, it's already broken. Someone's on the point. I think Oreiko is on the point. No, our Soldier's on the point. Anywho, yeah, it took us like a good 30 seconds to just get through this choke because you wasted your shield. People are not coming through. You should not expect Echo and Mercy to come through. And I can actually get value from here as well. So it's like, even if you want to do this, you should just do it. You've basically just waited on the choke forever. Okay, you wait for the Ana, which is good, but the fact that your shield is so low is just like the basis of the problem. You're just shielding nothing. You should not use your shield to block random damage when your team is not going through. Like, you just did this. Charge, stand here, hold the shield for like 10 seconds. And then when your team actually wanted to get through, you didn't have a shield. So everyone took damage, we had to use defense matrix, you had to heal, reset, and even now your shield is still very low. The whole too long don't read of that is, if the plan is to just come out this way, just come here, wait for your team, then go forward with your shield, your team can get through, then you can get through, and your shield takes some damage, but no one takes damage in your team, and it's a very clean rotation. Instead, you just have to spend like a 15 extra seconds because you are just holding your shield and getting it broken very early. So yeah, be very careful when you do that kind of thing. Yeah, so there's dead, which is expected because he was feeding on the backline, but that nothing you can do about that. You are trying to put pressure on the front line. This is okay. You go forward into the anti. This is fine. Remember, you have a shield. Oh no, it's broken. Never mind. I thought the Orisa shield was still behind you, so I was gonna say, be careful. You cannot get healed, but the Orisa shield is broken, so you can get healed. Play with cover. Play with cover. Again, this shield is not really necessary. Like, what are you doing? What are you shielding? Are you shielding the Mega? Ana should not need shielding. Ana should be out of line of sight healing you or going forward with you, but you're just playing like you're wasting your shield. You're wasting your shield a lot of the time. Good kill from your D.Va. They get the rest, which is unfortunate. Like, you try to help your D.Va, which is good. Like, we kill the soldier, counter charge. You don't counter charge. And you die. But we should win this, right? Your team is doing good, pretty good, actually. You're wasting your shield. That's a big thing I'm seeing here. Your aggression is not bad when you do go aggressive. The problem is that if you go aggressive without your shield, then you are just going to die. So, but your aggression is not bad. The big problem is that you are just misusing your shield a lot. You are shielding nothing a lot of the time when you actually shield. Did we not win this? We should win this. We win this, right? We win this. You're coming back too. We just go to the point and we win this. Yeah, we just win this. Swing at the Orisa. What are you shielding? That's the perfect example. What are you shielding? Just kill the Orisa. Rein's biggest tool is not the shield, it's the hammer. Right? The pressure he can do on melee, the armor he's got to tank HP. And the shield can enable you to survive, but it's not your best tool. Your best tool is your cleave and blockable hammer. Just stop shielding and swing. You've got 5 people on point surrounding you. You got your Ana healing you. She's actually just healing you. You get nanoed even though we don't need it because you go so low because you're playing so defensive. Like, hold on. Let me look at this from their Rein's point of view. He's coming back. Right? This is definitely a one fight for us. So he's like, I swing at the Rein. I fire strike. I swing at the Rein. I try to trade damage. The Rein is shielding? What's she shielding? What are you shielding? The Ana? Just kill the Rein. If he's got Ana healing, you got Ana healing too. And you got Mercy healing, and you got soldier damage, and you got D.Va, defense matrix, and damage from D.Va as well. Just kill the Reinhardt. Reinhardt is not a defensive hero. You told me you like to go aggressive, and from what I'm seeing, you're actually playing very defensively at the wrong times and very aggressively at the wrong times. Well, yeah, we should not have needed the nano. That Ana is a really good stall. Yep. Wait for your team, right? You need Mercy to survive. Your team is not nowhere near you. Everyone's waiting. Don't go in by yourself. Play with cover. Okay, good. This is fine. This is good. We're going left. You are going by yourself. Again, your team is not as fast as you are. You got one of the best, well, not one of the best, but one of the fastest movement abilities in the game in charge. So your team cannot catch up with you, especially not Diana. Just give them time. Wait for your team. You did the same, like you did exactly the same thing on the first point. You charged, and you were like, okay, I'm just gonna shield and my team is going to get through. But your team was just on spawn, especially your Ana. You were just shielding for so long because, you know, you were like, okay, I'm here, my team should be here, but you've got charge. No one in your team's got charge, and if you charge your spawn, especially if you do it like this and take damage early, and you try to shield for a long time, it's like, well, your team is not going to be there yet. Just wait for your team. Because while you're like, group up with me, your Ana is here. And she's shooting behind because D.Va took a lot of damage. But like, your Mercy is coming back from spawn, your D.Va is over there too. You are just by yourself. And if the enemy team wanted to pressure you, they would, and they could kill you very easily. So, you know, be really careful with what you're doing. wait for your team. You are saying, join me, join me. Just pick icon still enemy Rein's charge. uh, You're saying, join me, but your team is at the choke. Even if they want to rotate, they still need time. They need time. You're just going by yourself, man. Just please, wait, okay. It looks like you're waiting. You are not actually waiting. I thought you were just going to hide and crouch here until your team was here. Which is very dangerous because the enemy team can just run at you. But it's just like... Unless you're thinking to go for a big Shatter Diva bomb play or something like that, which I can see working, but you have to make sure your team is ready to go. And in this case, your team is not ready to go. Like, Diva kind of looks like she's ready to go. Echo, maybe she's very far away. The big problem is that she doesn't have dash, right? It's almost over. So Echo is not actually going to be able to get in. So it's basically only Diva. Soldier is still rotating. Your Ana is still rotating. There's just no one that can actually capitalize on this shatter. Even if you hit everyone, by the way. You can hit everyone, and it is only going to be you and maybe Diva. And then after 2 seconds, maybe you'll get the soldier. And Dana is just in a corner. And Diego is just like going to try to glide and do damage from long range. But that's about all she can do. So again, I really like the idea of this. The timing is just very wrong. It's a really good idea. You get a ton of value out of the shatter. It's just the wrong timing for it. Like your Diva comes in, like I said, right? You get slapped because you are by yourself and you don't really have to, you know, pressure them. I think let's just call that a lucky sleep. If you want, this is still a really big shatter. The big problem is that no one in your team can actually follow up yet. And by the time your team is on point, everyone's back up. Up. Very low for sure, but they got ultimates too, you know? So it's not that your idea was wrong, just your timing is really bad. Rein is very much a team tank. He, in fact, I would argue that he is the teamiest of tank. You require your team the most. So instead, you end up separating from your team is not ready to come when you shatter. The idea was really good, you got a big shatter, but no one was ready to follow up. And now you get pinned and probably killed. Yeah, you get killed. And that's it. Even though we use copy, you got killed by the tire, we killed the Junkrat, but without you, it's basically a lost fight. We use some ultimates, they use some ultimates, we end up using 1, 2, 3, 4 ultimates to try to capitalize on our, by the way. Again, a really good shatter idea, just really poor execution. Because your timing was just really bad. You can see your team through the walls. Just wait for them. They end up using 3 ultimates. And now they have 3 ultimates and we have 1. So really big mistake from you. Not on going for the flank shatter, which I'm actually okay with. Just you need to wait for your team. That's it. And it, like, every time I'm like, okay, it looks like you're waiting for your team. You're not. You don't wait long enough. It's like, yeah, I can wait 2 seconds, but then I'll just go. Okay, my monkey respawn, I can just go, right? That's what you're doing. You're like, okay, monkey's respawn. He's not here yet. He's going to have to use a cooldown to even try to get here. And he's not gonna have his cooldown. Well, I think your soldier just died again by himself. Which, you know, did he actually die here? Or the flank? Unfortunate that your soldier, yeah, he was going for the flank and he died again. Yeah, he went all the way back and got killed on it. So, you know, that's on your soldier, that's not on you. But you're just going in so early. You're waiting, you have to wait, okay? You're kind of waiting. They get time to push forward, right? We had to wait for so long that they get time to push forward, so... It's not perfect. But at least you're waiting this time. Rather than going by yourself. Don't take this fight yet. Because you're very low and the enemy, like your shield is gone, they're pressuring you. Basically, I'm just saying wait. Get your shield back, get your health back. Your team can play out of line of sight. Like, Yorana's playing out of line of sight, right? Not ideally, like not perfectly, but she's kinda playing around line of sight. Your shoulder is out of line of sight, so you can just stay here and get healed. If you want to pressure something, pressure the shoulder away, so he can't get damage on your team, but stop going into the open where they have so much actual spam damage coming at you. And holding your shield even though you need to recharge it. Your shield is 100 HP. So, just wait. Your Echo is dead. Your Soldier died earlier and he's now only knockback. And if you need to wait, just wait. Just wait. Stop trading. You don't have enough. Like, they have 2 shields. You have 1. They have more range damage than you do. Because Junkrat is a really good spam hero. Orisa is better than Monkey at spamming. I'm just like, please, we just need to wait. And you are kind of trying to enable your team by shielding nothing? And they're just kinda like doing nothing. You told me you were a really aggressive player. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying someone who likes to shield nothing. And when the time is right to go aggressive, you are going aggressive at the wrong time. Sorry, when the time is right to go aggressive, when you are going aggressive, you're going aggressive at the wrong time. Even though your ideas to go aggressive are good. Like, even here, I'm just die. I'm literally just thinking, die. It's very unlikely that you get out with, 4 people here. You had 4 people chasing you. I do not expect you to get out. Your shield is low as well. Okay, you get out. That's solid. Your passion helps. Just wait. And this time I'm yelling to your monkey as well. But just wait. You don't have enough shields. You need to regroup, you need to stabilize. We are just trying to keep fighting a fight that's already lost. Just wait. Like, decent kill. But they got better respawn. Well, not when they are literally touching your spawners, but if we kill all of them, they have the Junkrat and the spawners anyway. Yeah. Just, this is just bad. And it's not entirely on you, like, your soldier's been kind of feeding, and your monkey hasn't gotten a ton of value. But it's several, like, you have some of the blame. You have some of the blame because you are just not using your resources correctly, and you are just giving them away your resources. Like, what's this? Who are you trying to shield? Yourself? Just take cover. You're not even shield jumping correctly, by the way. If your idea is to shield jump, you have to put down your shield when you touch the ground, so that when you press the jump button, your shield is down and you don't have the 50% movement penalty. So if you're going to shield jump, do it correctly. If not, then just walk, because this is silly. You are giving them the opportunity to shoot under you. For free. It's my main. May I chime in? Yeah, go ahead. Chris. I almost called you Christ. I always try to weave chat in if they have any questions or concerns or just want to chime in. Okay, we try to stabilize a little bit, so that's not bad. You wait inside the room for a second. I feel like you should have waited a little longer because they have Valkyrie. So by going forward, you're telling your team we need to go forward. And I don't think that's the right idea. With Reinhardt, you basically set the pace for your team. That's it. So again, you're just you end up going forward mostly by yourself. Because your team is just like, wait, we're not ready. Like, the Bastion's taking damage. We are chasing them off the choke. Right? If you go in right now, you're feeding. Even though you have a Moira, it's like, no one in your team is ready to go. Even this shatter, I'm like, is it a good shatter? Again, yes, it may get several people. The shields are down, the Rein's not looking. The Rein may just block it as well. But I'm not against the idea of this shatter. But who's gonna capitalize on it? Moira cannot. Bastion's hiding. soldiers just not going to have a good angle, right? This is like this. You're just making plays that no one but you can actually make use of. Hey, you get 2 people. Do we get any value? We get no value out of this. Quite literally no value out of this. You 5-strike and no one can push. You throw a Moira in there. That's about the extent of what Moira can do. And we just, like, you can see you got no value. And I feel like this shatter and the previous shatter just exemplify what I believe is wrong with your play. You are just not playing teams. Mechanics behind the shatter is nice, it is good, but the timing is bad since your team is there. That's exactly what I said! And that's exactly what happened with the first one too. Like, you went for a flank shatter, you got 3 people. Good job, you cannot actually push, like no one in your team was ready to go. You're just not playing Rein as a team. As a team tank, I mean. You're just playing like solo flank Rein or solo shatter Rein. Don't let the Rein out Rein you, but you know, the strat is basically lost. You're just kind of trying to buy time for your team. They attack Bison on the right. We are even, at least. But being even, and we just went to a 2CP. Being even on a 2CP when you're attacking second point is bad. They just have much better response. Now, by the way, now your team is kind of like, if you had that same shatter now, I would be like, fuck yeah, you have a Bastion. The monkey can try to get in. Your soldier's dead, but your Anam can maybe throw a nade. She just used it, but you get the idea. Like, now your team could be ready to go. At the least, right? I'm not saying they are. But if you hit that kind of shatter now with 3 people down, now your team could maybe make use of it. But instead, like, they shatter. And they don't get a good shatter. Like, this shatter is bad. He misses basically everything. But the Anak, who's just unlucky, standing in the open, just barely gets hit. Rein gets nano too, but this is just a lost fight. Like, they use nano, you pin the Rein away from your team, which is okay, but we are going to have to reset anyway. Yeah, you're going to have to reset anyway. You're just not playing Reinhardt like Reinhardt. Like the previous review, we had a guy that was playing Roadhog like Reinhardt. You're playing Reinhardt like Roadhog. Just trying to get value by yourself. And being like, okay, if I kill someone before the fight, then we win. And that's not the idea. Don't bother trying to get kills before the fight. Rein gets to pop off during the fight. Like, do I even have to say it? Like, this is bad. You're wasting your shield. You're not taking any space with it either. If at least you're walking forwards while shielding, I could be like, yeah, your team can follow you and at least you're taking space. You could be like, okay, we're going to take space. Shield, 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 shield. We get here. I recharge my shield. We maybe go this way to use the cover. Shield, 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 shield. We get to the choke, right? But you're just standing on the choke with your shield. Do you understand how bad this is? Like, you don't want to trade damage. They have a double shield. Even if you have a Bastion, the Bastion is just set up behind you. So you're not even burning their shields. It's only a soldier versus soldier Jungler Orisa. It's just a bad idea. Just wait in cover and for your monkey to come back and move forwards with your team. Like, this shield is okay because you got pulled out and your Moira may have been pulled out as well. So you just shield that and you wait again. Okay, good. Bad. I cannot state this enough. You are just not patient in the slightest. I'm not saying don't go aggressive. I'm saying don't be so defensive with your shield. If you have to wait, there is no reason for you to use the shield. If there's a reason, if you get pulled, if someone gets pulled and you have to shield them, that's fine. But otherwise, just wait for your whole shield to recharge so you can make this without a worry. And maybe even from here, go here. Or just wait here for your shield to recharge and go here. I'm just saying, you are just wasting your shield. It literally comes down to you are wasting your shield. Also, this is suicidal. I would not be surprised if you just get 45 into the Risa and you die, or just Junkrat trapped, or anything. I think you're trying to go aggressive with the Coalescence, but here's the thing, you can't go aggressive. Your shit is at half health. Yeah, and your team is again not in a position to follow up. That said, you could stop the enemy team from getting through here, so that could be good. But again, you don't really want to go aggressive yet. You're basically suiciding again. I'm not nitpicking that much, Chris. I'm just saying, yeah. Well, your bash instead, even though we got 2 kills, it's like, can we win this? I don't think so. I think we should reset. They've used 2 ultimates. By the way, this is gonna kill you? Yeah. So you tried to go aggressive, you got banished. Wait for your team. This is the biggest thing I want you to take away from today. You are playing Reinhardt by yourself. Your soldier actually got 3 kills that fight, and it's still a lost fight. 4 kills that fight, and it's still a lost fight. Should they come for the fight strike? Always worth a shot on the tire. I think he just missed the tire. He didn't see the tire. Yeah, he just didn't see the tire. Like, he was trapped and very low, and he was hard shielding and just didn't see the tire. Oh, maybe he's going for the tire. But, oh yeah, you could have gone for the... You know what? Ruiz, you're right. You should have gone for the fight strike on the tire. I thought he was just hard shielding in front of him and didn't see it. But he clearly saw it, so it's like, you should have gone for the fight strike on the tire. And you didn't. Don't try to shield the tire, just fight strike it. Or swing at it, yeah, just try to break it. That's just a swing. Well, you cannot see the tire health. We can say it. You should go for a fight strike on principle, because you are not going to know how much HP it has, right? Like, we can say it because we are in the spectator cam, but you should assume that it has full health and go for the fight strike. You do not know, unless someone called out, I hit the tire. You should just go for the fight strike, because unless you hit it, you don't know how much health it has. Yeah. Anywho, looks like your team is actually maybe winning this without you. Which, I'm saying winning this, but what I mean is buying enough time for you to come back, because they are not winning this without you. Everyone needs to be here for us to actually retake or take this at all. But yeah, I'm surprised at how much your team is doing without you. You are actually probably the person getting the least value in your team. And that's how much I think that your impact has been. Even that your soldier, who was like kinda hard feeding before, just managed to get a few picks on this fight. Good rocket on the Mercy. Wins the duel against the soldier. Again, he may not have known that the Moira was 1 HP. He tries to take the high ground but fails. But he's in a good position to visor. Yeah, he visors. Orisa is like the worst target. He shattered them. Oh, I did not see that then. I will look at it again. Yeah, right. If he did shatter, then yeah. Orisa's like the worst target to go for, but he still focuses on the Orisa the whole time. He goes back to kill the Mercy, which he does. The Mercy is spinning around, so fun, always. But he gets to kill the Mercy. Like, they just ignore the soldier and he hits a lot of value. But you dying, I'm not gonna say maybe the best thing to happen to your team, but it created enough distraction for your team to actually push forward. Your soldier to actually push forward. And he got a ton of value. Maybe he thought he was too far away? Question mark? Maybe he thought he didn't have enough time to get to the Moira and kill her? He definitely does, by the way. Like, he should just go forward and swing. But maybe he thought that he didn't have enough time? That's my only guess. Oh, I know that you definitely have enough time. Maybe he thought he didn't though. Or maybe he's just one of those Ironheart who's like, someone down, I pin. Which is, not ideal. You're a Masters tank, Chris. Welcome to Masters. People under Masters do not know everything. Even people in Masters don't know everything, but people are not going to have as much knowledge as you do. Anywho, let's go back to Liam. So I still think this is a lost fight, by the way. Without your Moira, without your Soldier, they have better response. You should try to pressure them as much. You drop to Diamond, Rip, unlucky. You should try to pressure at the point as much as you can, maybe get a take. But you are not going to win off of this. Fag comp, yeah, I can feel that. I like playing with teams a lot more, so I can definitely feel like kill the Soldier. This is solid. You came back and you're getting value. Maybe we can get a take. I'm not against this Shatter. Again, you're just really trying to get a take. I would not have used it because, yeah, we have people coming back. So, but maybe it's like you can still get a take. But their spawn is just so close that the more people you lose, the worse this gets. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And not about Shatter, just this fight is lost. You should not be committing to this fight. You should save for the next fight. And this fight you just go mid, right? Because you have to. I don't like that pin. You are just going to die because they have so much more damage than you do. Hold on, let's do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 people pumping damage into you. Whereas your team has, let's see, maybe 2 at best. And that's maybe if they are actually spamming this way. Why go for the charge? Just swing at them. If this were a counter charge, I'll be like, okay, yeah, you've got to counter charge, but it's not a counter charge. You're just charging the Reinhardt. And you're just absolutely going to die for this. Dead. Okay. And this is just... I was gonna say this is lost. Your Moira's popping off. I still think it's lost. Like, this does not help. Please go Wrecking Ball, not Roadhog. When you have to get to the point in overtime. Like, dude, please. But yeah, this is just lost. And the big thing, I think, just comes down to you are not playing Reinhardt correctly. You're not playing with your team. You're holding your shield for too long defensively. And you said you think you go overly aggressive. Rein's kind of fine with charge, but by hook, yeah, that's exactly it. I'm like, yeah, if you want to stick with Rein, like I said earlier, Rein is one of the fastest movement abilities in the game, in the sense that it can get you from point A to point B really quickly. So I'm okay with the Rein, especially if you're comfortable on the Rein, but why hog? Anywho, not your fault, nothing you can do about that. Let's see your Zarya. So now what I'm going to be looking at, and I'm not going to go extremely into depth with Zarya, because I don't want to have to cover the whole of Zarya in like 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, which is about the time I have left. Right click, do damage early, right click, do damage, right click, do damage, right click, do damage, right click, do damage, please. Right click, way too late. Don't shoot the right clicks at the shield. Shoot it behind the shield or at the monkey. Don't. So it's just as soon as you hear the doors open and 2 seconds go by, just start spamming them. There is no reason. You just get a little bit of extra grab charge, and grab is like really, really good. Terrible bubble. Like, what are you bubbling? No one's shooting at you. You're not going aggressive. You don't need this bubble. Like, this bubble is actually terrible. That bubble is actually terrible too. You have to think, like, there's 2 things to take into account when you bubble someone. Are they getting value out of the bubble? Or am I just saving someone? Those are the 2 reasons to bubble. Not for charge, right? Maybe you can use the personal for charge, or you can use a set of bubbles for charge if it's like really early and you'll have them back when the actual fight happens. But you just want to have your bubbles for a reason. You don't want to just be like, Monkey is sapping my Rein, I bubble my Rein. How much damage is your Rein taking from the monkey? Most Zaryas bubble too early, my off-tank 2 for my Tasers list? Yeah, I completely agree. Most Zaryas just go, oh, there's a monkey sapping my Reinhardt. I bubble the Reinhardt. And yeah, this may get you a little bit of charge, but this gets you no value from this bubble. Exactly, like, how much damage is this monkey doing to the Rein? He's actually doing 30 damage per second. Damage per second. Because of the armor. It's like, even if it's only the monkey, the Rein doesn't need the bubble at all. The Rein can 1v1 the monkey and win every time, right? If it's only the monkey, Rein just does not need the bubble. Your personal bubble earlier was the same. You're not even getting spammed for charge, so it's like not even that. You're just using the bubble, Liam. Like, you used both bubbles and got 6 charge. It's so bad. Like, I cannot state how bad that is. You can get up to 80. I would be happy with 60 and value. And by what I mean by value is you allow your Rein to go aggressive, right? If your Rein is swinging at the Reinhardt, you can bubble and give your Rein a little bit of extra survivability, and you protect him from being CC'd, so they don't really have CCs. Maybe purple. Why is my English so terrible today? Relatable. Anywho, yeah, you are just getting. That's the idea of value. It's like, especially when getting through the chokes. Like, if your Rein is trying to push through the choke, don't bubble him when he starts moving forward, because he's just getting no value. He can't do this by himself. Instead, bubble him when he starts swinging, so that he doesn't take the damage. You get charged as a side benefit. He doesn't get CC'd. And very important, because he's probably going to take a little damage when doing this, he can get healed during the bubble as well. So you get a ton of value, right? You get value. Oh, this bubble, right? Rather than bubbling the Rein when he's doing this, you bubble the Rein when he's going for the swings, and you get value in preventing CC, stopping damage, allowing your Rein to do damage, and on top of all of that, he can get healed. Whereas if you bubble the Rein here, he cannot get healed. So this is just, oh, I give the Zarya 40 charge, and then I die to CC, or burst damage. Whereas this is, oh, I get to swing, I do 85 damage times the amount of people I'm hitting, I don't get CC to death, and I can get healed. So that's getting value out of your bubbles. Not just charge, but value. That's a big difference. Like, this is going to get you charge. The Rein doesn't take a lot of damage, you block some damage, and you get charged. This is going to get you value. It enables your Rein to swing once, maybe twice if they don't focus the Rein. Your Rein doesn't get CC'd, your Rein doesn't get purpled, he gets to swing, he gets to get a little extra healing, and you get charged. The same goes for your own personal bubbles. When the Rein is going aggressive into the Rein, you can be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go here and pressure the Rein from the side. And if someone starts looking at me, or they try to pressure me, I just bubble myself and get out. Because you cannot stay here without the bubble, but you can be here and pressure the enemy Rein if they're like hard shielding each other, or even if they're not. And it's like, well, someone's trying to pressure me, I can just bubble myself and enable myself out. And if you take a little bit of damage, While you're here, that's also okay. Because again, if you're not being actually pressured, you just take some damage, you don't need to bubble. You need to bubble when you need to get out, if you're being threatened, right? And again, if you bubble and try to get out, you can get healed during the process. So it's like, again, doing this is like, you can go aggro. You can put pressure on them, right? Pressure. You can help your Reinhardt relieve pressure, but let's just count that as pressure as well. And you can get healed and get charged as well. So that's the idea of getting value out of your bubbles, not just charge. They are not the same thing. Because I will put it like this. If you get value, you will always get charged. But if you get charged, it doesn't mean you're getting value. Right? That's the general idea of the bubbles. You want to focus on getting value because that will get you charged anyway. Even if it gets you a little less charge, it will get you decent charge anyway. Whereas if you try to get charged, you will just miss out on the value. Anywho, with that short explanation on Zarya bubbles away, you are not getting either. You are not getting value or charge with your bubbles. They have just been bad. Like, this bubble on Rein would have been okay because he's going aggressive on the Reinhardt. He got purple. I think you just missed it and hit the Junkrat instead. But not too bad. We tried to defend. When did you use your personal? I wasn't looking. I was focusing on the Rein. When did you use your personal? Why did you use your personal? You're gonna tell me you have a soldier shooting at you? At this range? You haven't even lost your shields yet. You should usually wait. I usually say 250 if you want to be safe, and 200 is ideal. For HP. Because during your bubble, you can just get healed back up, and your shield regions kicks in as well. So it's like, you don't need to use your bubble this early, and the fact that, again, you used both bubbles and got 20 charge is terrible. We win this, and that's solid, but it's like, your team is carrying you at this point. You are getting quite literally no value. Like, not only no value, but no charge, no damage. You are not doing anything. And that's not how you climb this. You need to go here. Or you can do it like this. Right click jump here, right click jump here. Or you can do it like this. Just right click jump from here up here. But if you want to climb through here, this is the place you can stand on. So if you want to climb up here, you need to go here. Yep, you cannot make it that way. So instead you take the long way. Another useless bubble on your Rein, which is going to get you very little charge. Like, it got you 8 charge. The monkey knows I'm not going to shoot at this bubble Rein. Not only am I not going to do any damage to him, I cannot break this bubble and, you know, I don't need to. Like, you got 15 charge out of that. Your Junkrat could have actually used the bubble more than your Reinhardt because he was in the open in the middle of the enemy team. So I'm really, when I say you're getting no value, I mean it. You're getting no value and you're getting little charge as well. Junk is, yeah, exactly. You should have bubbled the Junkrat. It's not entirely your fault. Like, your Junkrat is a little bit out of position. Right? Your Junkrat was in a decent position and then he just jumped off. He went aggressive. He tried to go aggressive on the bridge, I think, and just missed. But you could have saved the Junkrat. Instead of bubbling, we went back. Yeah. Instead of bubbling the Rein, just bubble the Junkrat. Remember what I said about either getting value or saving people? The other half of, you know, using your bubbles correctly? You can save this guy. You can save this poor soul. And he's like most of your damage right now. Just instead of bubbling the Rein for 15 energy and nothing else, yes, save your Junkrat. Also, yes, the Mercy got trapped. Kill the Mercy. Why are you shooting at the soldier? Just kill the Mercy. She's literally going around in circles. That person is very, very clearly the one to kill. Stop shooting at the soldier. He's got his own field and a healing, Mercy healing. You use your personal. At least this time you have taken some damage. But the Rein shield is here. You don't need this bubble because you are behind the Rein shield. I'm gonna be honest. Your bubble use is maybe some of the worst I've seen. Even though you are on 3250, I've seen like gold people who use bubbles better than you. I'm sorry, Liam. Your bubbles are just terrible. Play with cover a little bit more. Bubble, like you should be ready to bubble your Ana here. Like as soon as they start closing in your Ana, you should bubble them. You should also just shoot at. Don't shoot at the bubble at the monk. Don't shoot at the monkey bubble. Just shoot at the Reinhardt who's exposed, because you want to do damage to a person, not the shield. Bubble is too early. Like right now, she's not taking damage. Right? Rein needs to get closer. Monkey needs to get closer. So that's actually a bad bubble. Remember what I said about saving people? If you watch my Zarya gameplay, it'd be like 2.5 to 3k, like bad for a master tanks. I'm sure like everyone has heroes that are better at. And you're like a main tank. I don't expect you to be a great Zarya, but being a main tank and playing Rein the most, I don't expect you to waste your bubbles like this. Like, I figure the hardest part of the Zarya gameplay for you would be the actual gun. Like left clicking and right clicking and throwing the melees in and knowing the jumps, right? But I expect you to have decent Zarya bubbles. Because you play main tank. So being Reinhardt, you know when to use them. You know when you're gonna need them. So I expect you to at least your bubble usage to be solid, even though your gun usage may not be. And by the way, remember what I said? You fucked up the bubble on your Ana, now she's dead. Like no saving this Ana, she's just dead. I don't care how much we try, I don't think we can save this Ana. Yeah, there is no saving this Ana. If only you had bubbled now, or a little bit earlier when the tanks were actually on top of her. This is that, by the way. We have Brick Ana, we lose Ana, we have no healing, so it's a lost fight. It's just lost. Like is it maybe winnable? Like good job targeting the monkey. Like the monkey alone does not, remember what I said? If a monkey is alone, he's not actually a threat because he does 60 damage per second. Yeah, he's got auto aim, but when he's this close and you are doing like 120 to 130, you are literally doing double damage than he is. So yeah, he can try to kill you, but you are just basically unkillable for him. This is not doing so good. This is on your monkey. This is on the monkey, I mean. He should not be trying to do that to you. And then the Rein just kills their Rein. I'm okay with this bubble, by the way. It's not ideal, I don't think, but it's good enough because he's fighting the enemy Reinhardt. So I think that bubble is okay. And it looks like we're gonna hold this. Yeah, we killed both of their tanks. So, like I said, I thought this fight was lost, but we pulled Rani and we killed people, and that was enough. And that monkey kind of fed into us, which is, you know, on him. But you are getting very little value, I will say that again. Depends on my main tanks, is I'm 90% more aggressive than my main tanks, so if I think aggressively, don't do that. Like, even if your main tank is not playing as aggressive as you would, you have to adapt to other people's playstyles as well. You're right clicking the choke. I'm okay with this. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Are you going to bubble your Rein again when the monkey jumps in? My predictions are on yes. We go for the tire. Oh! I was going to say, do you bubble your Ana when the monkey jumps in? This would be good. The monkey is actually a threat to the Ana. So I would bubble the Ana here to save her would be fine, but you just bubble the Reinhardt. Maybe you missed on the Ana? The target's a Mercy though, and yeah, this shouldn't be bad. You can, I was going to say, you can grab the Primal Monkey if you really, really want to. But we shattered him instead, so we don't need to grab him. I think Rein jumped into his left side, but may have happened. That happens sometimes, bubbles are a little fucky. Again, the Rein is shielding. Does Rein need bubble while he's shielding? No. Did you get 20 charge? Yes! But you could have done something else with your bubble. Like, not the Rein while he's shielding. He's got full health too. You can just wait. You basically wasted an 8-second cooldown. You could save it for your Ana. You could save it for your Torsion, which I think is alive, yeah. Like, your Torf could probably use the bubble right now. He's like, well, that's the turret. Where's the actual Torsion? If you go left? Oh, he's under you, okay. So, don't, don't bubble the turret. Don't jump off the high ground. This is suicidal. There's a McCree right there. The enemy team is right there. Please don't do this. Oh, I unhit chat. This is basically suicidal, but you managed to get away with it because they don't have a Lucio. If they had a Lucio, you would be dead. Also, this bubble is not doing anything either. Like, it gives you... You know what? I take it back. At least this bubble gave you charge. Which, you know, it's not value, but at least it's charge. Which you haven't been getting a lot of. You tried to duel the soldier. He should not have jumped off. This is suicidal as well. Like, you ended up getting out safe, which is, you know, unexpected, but okay. But that soldier is just like dead now, right? You could have, like, blocked it. If you're a Rein player, do not do this. If you're playing Reinhardt and you do this, I will quit your review. I will quit your review. Land. Then shatter. This could have been blocked so easily if you had pressed your bubble, which you did not. And you're gonna tell me I did not have time? It wasn't cooldown? No, you had time. I would be spamming my bubble so much. So hard. You can bubble and grab or shoot at the same time. Just do it. Just do both. You had so much time to block it. This death is on you. Also, oh, sorry. How did you kill Diana? Oh, Ana walks in front of Reinhardt, so that's how he kills Diana. You know, that's very unfortunate, but not your... That one's not your fault. This one is. Now we're down, your Reinhardt's dead. You try to get value with your bubble, but it's too late. And they have too many people, they know the Rein, and they're just winning. Yeah, just lost point. So, if you had blocked the shatter with your bubble, you could have probably won. But it goes to your Torsion, and at that point you are just kinda down too many people. They also commit the ultimate at least. That's so did we. Another bubble with no value. Like, you did get 20 charge, but charge is not value. Like, this one is going to do nothing with it. That said, I don't think they are going to push yet. I think you'll have your cooldown back. So maybe, is it worth it, the 20 charge for the chance that you'll keep like 10, maybe 5? But if the next fight starts with the bubble is gone? I would say no. Like, you're going to use personal bubble here as well. Yeah. And again, I'm like, is it worth it? And I don't think that one is. Like, you could argue that the Rein bubble is maybe okay. Like, at least you're going to have the ally bubble back by the time they push, right? Like, it's about to come in. But this is just bad. Right? Like, can you still save the Junkrat? Save the Junkrat, save the Junkrat, save the Junkrat. You bubbled the Rein. I would have bubbled the Junkrat because he's just so low. But it's okay, at least you use your bubble. Imagine if you had your personal right now. You could come here with your personal and stop everyone from coming forward. Also, this one is feeding. Look at that. He's just feeding. Yep. You end up taking a ton of damage and maybe even die because you didn't have your bubble to begin with. But we end up winning the fight because the Rein just fed. And yeah, we should be aware that if they have a feeding Reinhardt, we can punish that. Okay, so we win the fight, Brick does die, but we should win the fight anyway. We don't have grab and we have both bubbles. Now, you have full charge basically, so you should not be using this for charge. You should just be looking to get value. The only thing you can get is value. Junkrat tires, is Tyre alive? The Tyre's alive at least, even though he's dead. If he gets a trade, which he does, that's good for us because we're on the defense. Like, are they actually looking to reset? No, they're just standing on the choke. Your Rein, could you have saved your Rein? Hold on. You're just trying to pressure this McCree while your Rein is trading blows. Help your Reinhardt. What are you doing? My man, you could have saved this Reinhardt. Twice over. Are you gonna lose? Yup. You are gonna lose because of that silly mistake. You are quietly going to lose because of it. Prioritize your bubble usage on your Reinhardt. Please. Your Rein was a little overextended, but you could have still saved them. We need to touch. We need to touch. We need to touch. We're not gonna touch. You don't even touch. I think you were waiting for grab, but someone's got to touch. And when did you use your personal? No! You had 95 charge. What are you using your personal for? The fire strike that didn't even hit you? You are getting no value out of your bubbles, man. I'm gonna be honest. This is very upsetting. If you had your personal now, you could just go back on the point and touch on time as well, without having the fear of, well, I'm going to die. Was this winnable? I think this was a close fight anyway, but you could have maybe, like, with the respawn advantage, if you had gone out with your personal, like right now, you go out with your personal, you hide here, because, you know, ulting soldier. You're now doing damage, you maybe grab them off the point, right? So they can't get to you. Your team has time to come back. We may be rally, we may be nano, we have more ultimates. This would have been so winnable. Their Zarya is not back yet, their Zarya just respawned, they are down one person. This bubble is also silly, don't bubble, like, no one's shooting at Designer while she's behind the choke. This is not a good bubble. And you don't even touch. You have time to touch. You just don't. Because you didn't have your bubble. I can guarantee that had you not wasted your bubble, you would have touched. You would have been like, I'm gonna touch with my bubble and get a big grab. A big fat grab and kill everything. Wait, also. You do bubble, I was gonna say, could you have saved your turf? You do bubble your turf to try to get him out, which I'm okay with. It's not a, like, again, this value is not good. This is a bad bubble. This bubble is not good. It's a bad bubble because he's not being pressured. But I can see that you may be panicked, so I'm not going to get on your case for this bubble. I'm going to get on your case for this bubble fight. Because you are not getting pressured. Even if you're panicking, you are not being pressured. You may have been like, okay, look, Rein just died, maybe Torsion is dying. This is good. You know you're not getting pressured. Anywho, we're going to call it there for today because I just have to go to a doctor's appointment in 13 minutes. So I don't want to start a new one. But I'll see you guys on Thursday instead. Have a good time. Thank you for stopping by, everyone. And yeah, Chris, if you don't want to spend your tokens, which I'm sure you do want to keep them, they have so much value. Hashtag sarcasm. You can just add a queue to my queue in my Discord, and I'll do it. Or on Thursday, you can just come in, hit me up on a DM. I think you have my Discord list. Hit me up on a DM and be like, hey, if you can do me first on Thursday, I'll redeem my bond reviews and do it first. Okay. Good luck, guys. Have a good evening. Bye bye.